Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 14834 Southeast Arista Drive here in Oak Grove. We are located, well, we're not facing the front door. We'll talk about it as if you're standing in the street facing the garage door here. We're to the right of that in this little rock planter area. We've got a 3-inch ABS clean out. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out here at the bottom of the clean out. Off we go. It wouldn't surprise me, being that this is a duplex, I think it's just recently been separated to where they're selling off both units individually. Most likely is a tied together sewer line. And generally speaking, when you have attached walls like this, don't quote me on it because every city's a little bit different, but these are often looked at once they're separated as condos. An attached wall type condo scenario, generally speaking, allows for the lines to be connected together. So I wouldn't be surprised. So we've got a tie-in there. That does not appear to be a. Yep, there's our transition. You'll see a test T or test Y connection on every sewer line out there right before the transition. We just swapped over to 3034 PVC pipe, and this is an immaculate sewer line thus far. Here's cooking oil and grease out of the line. It's rare to see a line this clean. That little bit of black stuff you see in the flaw line there is grease, but it looks like grease. It may have been from a tenant even prior to this one. That's what happens to grease when it sits for a long time. It turns into jet black sludge. You have almost none of that in here. This thing looks amazing. I can tell the current tenants are fabulous people to have living in a rental. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and locate. That's the main connection there at 62 feet, and then we'll pull back once the line's drained out. All right, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates on Southeast Arista Drive. The line crosses from right to left, and where the line ends up turning to run down the driveway is essentially right smack dab in the middle of the two driveways. Essentially where the two driveways come together, it's running where my locate comes in out in the road, lines up almost perfectly with the center dividing line between the two driveways. In case you're curious where the line's at. Little danglies up at the top there, just cobwebs, in case those caught your eye. Those are not roots or anything like that. And it looks like the dishwasher's discharging right now. That water is flowing, none of that's standing water. Come back here. Actually, I half expected to see a Y connection come in from the neighbor. This might have its own separate line, which is an ideal situation. That way you're, not that the neighbors live like heathens or anything like that, but you get some scenarios where you get neighbors that put some less than ideal things down the sewer line. Wipes and paper towels, and you can, in some situations, end up with the blockage caused by a connected neighboring unit. I have not seen a single tie-in. The only other way you can tie these things together without seeing the Y connection is sometimes they will connect them under the floors of the home, where one line will route through. In this case, if that were to be the case, here the neighboring unit would have to come under the floor of this house, tie into it, in which case it's a little bit trickier to visually figure that out. You'd have to have access to their unit and or be in the crawl space and see if the line comes through the foundation wall. Alright, we're flipping around here, going backwards. Everything from the clean out access to the main lateral connection, I mean, it's about as close to perfect as a sewer line gets. Fabulous looking line. Transitioning over to PVC pipe. And I think I forgot to mention it, your 3034, the green PVC, once you get out near the road, is 4-inch. The rest of this stuff is 3-inch diameter pipe. I just wanted to make sure I overshot it. We should be back. Yep, there we go. Now we're picking up tie-ins there. Once we get through the foundation wall of the house, everything else is exposed piping you can look at with your eyeballs. I just wanted to make sure we got underneath all the patio out here. That is a line to be proud of right there. Fantastic looking sewer line. Good flow end to end. Every inch of the line we just scoped there is all in good condition. And to boot, superbly clean. You rarely get all those things. Sewer line is functioning properly at this time. And the line here looks like there's actually a tracer wire sticking out of that vent right there. I think your line just runs straight back through that wall there, and then off it goes back into the house.